I'm going to show you how to take one shape away from another one, and I'm going to do it, and it's actually going to cause an error. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the error is and then how you correct it, and then we'll go back and get it to work again. So the first thing we need to do is make these two into components, so make them as two very definite separate pieces. The way to do that is to triple click on them. So if I start with the slot, one click selects the line, two clicks selects the face, and 1, 2, 3 selects the whole thing. So triple click, right mouse click, and make it a component, and I'm just going to call that my slot. And that's now made that as a separate piece completely. Same thing now at the base. 1, 2, 3. I didn't get enough. 1, 2, 3. The whole thing goes. Right mouse click on it, make that a component, and that is going to be my base. And I'm going to create it. So now I've got my two pieces. The way you do it is you tell it which piece you want to subtract and which piece you want to subtract it from. Now, as I've already said, this isn't going to work, but then we can see why it hasn't worked. So there's the piece I want to subtract, and then shift click the piece I want to subtract it from, and then right mouse click on here, and I'm looking for something called solid tools, and there are no solid tools on here. Now my knee reaction is, well, I'm confused, I don't understand why that's not working, and the answer is because one of these two isn't solid. And sometimes when you make things by dragging them up, the computer, which is always guessing what it is you want to do, will not do exactly what you think. So I'm going to turn this over and have a look at what's gone on. And what it's done underneath here is it's made a hollow shape. Okay? So the computer's quite right. This isn't a solid shape, and therefore I can't use solid tools to play with it. So if I put that back to there and I go edit, undo, make component. Okay, so if I now click on the top one, that one is a component, but the bottom one isn't. I now want to put the base back on here. And sometimes when you're doing this, you will just find it just produces things that haven't got a base on. And the simple way to do it is to draw a line from corner to corner. And that is called healing the surface. Okay? So that has now drawn it on, and I don't need that line anymore, so I can delete it. It's now telling it that that very definitely should have, not be hollow, should very definitely have a bottom on it. So if I rotate that back down so I can see it a bit better, okay, I've now got my slot as a component, and I want to triple click on here so the whole thing goes. Make that a component, and again I need to call it, because it did undo it, that's called the base. And again, the sequence is the one you want to remove, and then shift click the one you want to remove it from. Right mouse click on here, and this time I get solid tools coming up. Both of these shapes are now solids. And there are various things which do various different things, so intersect, union, trim, split. One we're interested in at the moment, the easy one to understand, is subtract. And it subtracts, if you like, the one you clicked first from the one you clicked second. And there we go. So that has now removed that shape from the, not done quite what I wanted. I've left myself a little thing here. I was slightly concerned before I hadn't pulled that thing up high enough, so I might have to reverse that. But I've used the tools to make this shape after making a slot on the side. I've made the slot on the side into a solid shape. I've then made it into a component, and then use solid tools to remove one component from another. Okay, and I could play with this now and move various things around, because obviously it's a component, but I can edit it, and if I'm very, very lucky, I might well be able to just move tool and just move that back a bit. Okay, it's gone in a bit of a wobbly line, but I can play with that now and heal it up and make it into a different shape. Okay, but once you've actually subtracted it, you can turn it back into a model, and you can continue to edit it.